I am just going to say, please welcome Paul Scoble to the stage, please. Thank you very much.
Good evening. How you doing?
All right.
I'm Paul. You might have noticed that I'm a metalhead. And as a metalhead, I am obviously on first name terms with Satan. He's called Keith. Keith Satan, and he has recently got out of the evil game. Satan started moving out of the evil business a few hundred years ago when the major religions really started moving in on his territory. Things came to a head a few months ago when Satan went to see some management consultants to get advice on streamlining hell's business practices. What you really need to do is sack all your outdated demons and start using slaves. Workfare labour. How many demons do you currently employ? My evil subjects are infinite in scope and number. An infinite number of workfare drones. You might have to meet with Theresa May to get that many. At which point, Satan vomited and left the meeting. I think Satan feels that the world has passed him by. He recently applied for a job as an executive at Sports Direct and wasn't even evil enough to get to an interview. I think Keith feels that there's no real point in being the Prince of Darkness in a world that already contains the Daily Mail, investment banking and the Jeremy Kyle show. And now there's an evil mutant Oompa Loompa in the White House. The father of lies is feeling just totally inadequate. So, Satan is currently managing a little chef on the A239 just outside Bracknell. Which just goes to show that although he's not involved in professional evil anymore, he is still keeping his hand in with a bit of amateur wickedness by tarnishing the souls of thousands of travellers with low-grade, greasy evil. Now, when I first wrote that bit, the person who made Satan vomit was Ian Duncan Smith. Then he resigned, and I was probably the only person in the country to be pissed off about that. So I changed it to David Cameron. Then Cameron, the filthy pig boy, also resigned. So I had to rewrite it all over again. So now it's Theresa May who causes Satan to lose his lunch, which, if anything, is even better than Ian Duncan Smith. And considering the effect that being featured in that piece of comedy has had on the careers of Ian Duncan Smith and David Cameron, and considering what happens to prime ministers who call general elections that they then subsequently lose, I have high hopes it's going to keep on working for Theresa May. Oh, dear God, let it be so. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I am a metalhead. The aesthetic that goes with heavy metal appears to some people to be quite aggressive. But all it actually says about me is that I love heavy metal. It doesn't signify anything about me as a person other than I have really great taste in music. So I think I get misjudged quite a lot. I think people think I'm far tougher than I actually am. For example, I'm actually quite a trusting, naive person. I treat most situations with a suspicion of a easily led newborn kitten. I feel that I've already proven my case simply by stating that to a room full of strangers. I know very few people in this room tonight. For all I know, you could be con men, thieves, liars, or people who work in the mainstream media. I mean, it's conceivable that Piers Morgan could have been in tonight, and that cunt's capable of anything. But despite the risk, I would much rather be taken for a ride than be unable to trust other people. Being trusting does have its downside. I hate it when my sat-nav screws up. I'm so trusting I'll follow it anywhere. Hang on! This is the 7th circle of hell! But I wanted to go to Nuneaton. Oh well, it's pretty much the same thing. It makes me look ridiculous in front of my friends. My nationwide campaign to have the word gullible put back in the dictionary just made me a laughing stock. It cost me a lot of money, and it's massively affected how I see powerful people. I mean, if you can't trust the Nigerian royal family, who can you trust? It cost me a lot in time as well. I spent hours every day answering the hundreds of emails that I get. Sorry, I'm not looking for a hookup. I'm in a great relationship, so I'm fine, thanks, but you have fun, you crazy kids. It's okay, I don't have erectile dysfunction, so I won't need Viagra or Cialis, but thanks for the offer. I'll be sure to mention it to any of my friends who might be needing your services. Dear online pharmacy, it's okay, I live in the UK, and for the time being we still have a little bit of a health service left, so I think I'll be getting my prescriptions from my doctor in the traditional manner. But as soon as the health service has been completely sold off, I'm sure I'll be beating a path to your door. Thanks so much for all the offers. I get so many emails these days, but I feel that if these people have taken the time and the effort to send me all these messages, it would be very rude of me not to reply. My friends keep on telling me to delete them. They tell me it's just spam, but I don't understand that. Wouldn't your computer end up stinking of rotten meat? I seem to be pissing off my bank as well. Apparently I shouldn't give out my bank details to people pretending to work in finance. But I can't help trusting them. I just can't imagine bankers being dishonest. Being trusting and naive does have its down points. A lot of people take advantage of me. I get disappointed a lot, and it costs me a fortune. But even though it's damaged me and my life, I've made a concerted effort to stay trusting and to not allow myself to become cynical. Because there are things that only trust can give you. If you can't trust others, you miss out on so much. I firmly believe that my incredibly trusting nature is one of the main reasons why my girlfriend and I are celebrating our 24th anniversary this year. 24 years of love, happiness, and yes, trust. I must admit though, just for accuracy, you understand, I haven't actually seen her since 1997 when she popped out to get tea bags and still hasn't come back. It does sometimes worry me, but she always was really into tea. So it's not out of character for her to go to extreme lengths to get some really, really great tea. And what sort of boyfriend would I be if I stopped trusting her just because I haven't seen her for a while? I mean, who dumps their partner simply because they're a little late coming home from the shops? One of my friends thinks he's found her on Facebook, but I keep on telling him, okay, maybe the person he's found does look exactly like her, even down to the small birthmark on her neck. But that's the wrong surname, and I think I would have remembered 2 kids. Even though I get laughed at a lot, I do still believe in our relationship. I trust that she still loves me, because after all, if you haven't got trust in a relationship, what have you got? I know you think I'm an idiot. Everybody does. But I'm afraid I don't agree with you. I think I'm a really lucky man. I think I'm lucky because trust is intrinsically linked to hope. After all, isn't trusting someone simply the hope that they'll act decently? My life is filled with hope. Some people have said that's all that I've got, but it is a great thing to have so much hope. I hope one day I'll get to see the bright lights of Nuneaton. I hope Prince Nunde Azakawe will return my bloody money. I hope I'll spend less than 8 hours a day answering emails. I hope one day I'll get to taste that elusive, perfect tea that my girlfriend is trekking around the world to find. I bet it'll be even better than Yorkshire tea. I hope I'll be able to pay my rent this month, but thanks to Prince Nunde and someone pretending to be my bank manager, I fear my landlord may be disappointed. I hope one day I'll have a stable, loving relationship and I'll have someone to talk to. That'd be lovely. I am surrounded by hope. I am the very personification of hope, and I hope I inspire hope in those around me. I'm sure there's a few people in the audience who hope I'll cheer the fuck up and we'll just do some fucking dick jokes. My mother hopes I'll get my hair cut and we'll stop cutting the arms off my t-shirts. Yeah, I'm going to disappoint her, as usual. And I'm sure all decent, ethical human beings hope that Piers Morgan dies a slow, painful death. Hopefully, he'll start dying a slow, painful death quite soon. And Sarah Slater hopes I won't go over my 10-minute time slot, so I'd better not disappoint her. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night.